I guess today is what we're going to be setting up in this class, in this portal activation.
And it's beautiful because the energies of November are actually the energies for us to regroup, reset, plan for the next year, which I know a lot of people do in December or January, but it's actually fallen on November for this year. And it feels real and right. And the energy of this year is, and well, this particular month gives us a great opportunity to take stock of how far we've come, where we're at, but also the vibrant energy of November. And I don't know if it's just me or whether a lot of you have been having this, but there's a lot of energy moving around for the start of this particular month. And with this movement of energy, it can be a great time to get clarity for next year, for moving into that, and to start it with, yeah, a real spring in your step. Because as Roxy mentioned, there is this ending of a cycle, which certainly Roxy's been talking about a lot over the last couple of weeks, the movement out of, well, in her particular case, the healing cycle, the, oh my God, things were so crap when I came in and I've got all this stuff to work through and I've been addressing it and working through it, but when the hell's it ever going to end? I said to her the other day, it's good to have Roxy back. Wondered where you'd been for the last year or so. But she was back with Spark, and for those of you who are doing our galactic class, I'm sure you can feel that energy of refresh, vibrancy, and that's available for all of us. And I never really knew, I don't know how many of you know what a retrograde is, what happens when planets stay in your house, and why some stay in your house. I didn't know there's planets in my house even up until more recently. But it's like when planets stay in your house, what does that mean? Because at the moment, we've got Mercury, which is close to planet Earth, moving through, which is the review, renewal, happens quick, right? Moves in and out quickly. And then Roxy's teaching me, yeah, but I had Pluto in my house. And because it's so far away and it moves slowly, it's hanging around in my house for a lot longer.
No, it was Uranus.
Oh, whatever.
In my first house of
We won't
identity.
talk about Uranus, but
He didn't want to say that planet, you know.
yeah, I'll skip over that one. Don't want to say bad jokes live, but can't edit it out, can we? So that's part of that energy of the reset, right? We've got coming into November. What I love though about Mercury is yes, renewal, reset, get yourself clear for, so it's like now's the time to leave behind what you choose to leave behind, however that is. Old patterns, perhaps old energy flows, old stories. In Roxy's case, oh, I've got so much work to do. God, I'm broken. Shit, am I ever going to get over it? Da, 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 da. Leave that. Time to embrace the new. If something comes up, I'll explore it. Remember my favorite point? Explorer, not the archaeologist. So stop thinking there must be more stuff to dig up, right? Like an archaeologist. Now it's time to explore the new because certainly that is coming in. But what I loved reading and researching for November is we've got this extra resilience energy
Mm.
there. And I love that resilience. So when things might be a little bit challenging, you might actually find that you respond more rapidly, more positively, and in a way that actually surprises yourself. It's like, wow, this is going on in my life. It's not exactly what I prefer, but wow, it's not affecting me like it normally would. And oh my goodness, because of this, I'm going to pivot. I'm going to go in this direction. And there is an extra layer of what I'll call support or energetic awareness that helps you to navigate your way through it, which is what this resilience is all about. And it fits perfectly with this new renewal or reset, correct?
Yes, correct. And, the energy pouring in, you might just meditate and close your eyes as you drift into sleep at night and see the energy coming in. Anyone here, hands up of you seeing this? There is a lot of light energy coming down. It's almost like rain into the field. And it's such a beautiful process because if we're all seeing it and feeling it, it's real and it's right. It's our spectrum of light and our rate of vibration that's accessing this. And if you're not quite seeing it yet, that's okay, but know that it's coming in. We've had back-to-back X class flares off the sun, feeling it. Wobbly, you might be disorientated, a little bit out of sorts, feeling empty. This is all beautiful because we're meant to feel empty before there's brand new. Yeah, because it's like we're empty, we've cleared out the crap, and now we've got room to plant the seeds to grow a beautiful garden. And these lights, codes that are coming in, they're codes. They're codes off the sun that are higher frequency than our vibration. So remembering to ground, to drink lots of water, to stay hydrated and slow. If you're going to the gym and going hard, 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 probably just ease off that for this period over the next 3 days. There's going to be some major CMEs off the sun and in our atmosphere into the earth over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, the 12th, I know that Americans are still on day 10 of this month, but over the next 3 days, let's just call it, there's going to be a portal of cellular data and energy coming in, these light codes. So embrace them. Take the opportunity to be a bit slower, to call in your team, to feel the energy coming in and recharging your energy field because you've done so much work up until this point. A lot of us here, there's Rhythmia crew here, there's people from the very beginning when we first started Awakening Education, there's new brothers and sisters that we've, met and connected to along the way. You all have been doing so much work. And I really believe that sometimes what we are all going through, we're vibrating at the same radio station because we're very much in the same familiar state of being. So, if I'm saying we're ending cycles and a few other people are feeling that as well, it's probably real and right for most of us because of the workload that we've all been doing. So don't underestimate the work that you've been doing. I had a false belief that I was stuck in a healing loop, and Mother Ayahuasca recently said to me, "It's good. You've done a lot of work. It's time to enjoy life again." I was like, "Oh, really? How do I do that?" And my ego wants to go back to finding something and finding something wrong with me because I had a false belief that something's wrong or something's wrong with me and something's wrong with this world or the matrix or something's wrong with everything, right? And most of us have this consciousness and we're probably some of us might be aware of it, some of us might not, but you're perfect and beautiful just the way you are. So encouraging you all to step into this new resilience, this new power, this new beauty, to enjoy the path, enjoy the blessings, sitting in gratitude for most things, even if it doesn't go your way. Just smile and see the beautiful divine winking at you, going, "You're going to respond or you're going to react?" And just be like, "No, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be cool. Act cool." So that's that. Then we wanted to talk to you about alternative realities, which is how we are also planning and seeding manifestation. So, like a TV, we've got different channels to choose from. There's Disney, there's Netflix, there's HBO. I don't know. There's a lot of other ones. I just blank right now, but you get my point. And so these are like parallel realities that we can choose to tap into if we want to change the channel. Remember, you are the remote control with your reality. You are the creator. So we are a spark of the divine. We are a spark of the creator. So you have the gift of what, say, God or Source has to create planets, to create a world or a reality that you truly, truly want. It's the false belief that we're not good enough or we're not worthy of that. And we're happy to give and help. But we're not happy to receive. Some of us have a block. "Oh, I can't receive. I'm not worthy of that." Well, you need to get used to receiving because that's the balance of this universe. And if you're not receiving and you're giving out too much, what will you have? You'll have crisis, negative health, and
Depleted.
depletion. So we need to remember that receiving is topping up our energetic field to bring ourselves into harmony and balance. That's the goal of our soul. And we give out, we should receive just as good. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe next year. There'll be a big manifestation that comes back, but just setting our mindset to receive, because a lot of us have forgotten about that. And it's important for you to remember and set the intention. I'd like to receive. Thank you. And if you set the intention to receive and you are in the vortex of receiving, what do you think is going to happen? You're wearing the clothes of receiving. You're wearing a sign, hello, I'm ready to receive. Not, go away, I'm not worthy. So we need to just change the mindset into receiving in this new cycle. We've got an opportunity to plant the seeds for the next 9 years. And 1111, the number 1111, I find it interesting, is probably one of the first synchronicity numbers that we all saw when we had our awakening or when we started to remember who we were. So hands up of you that remembers maybe 1111 was one of the first ones that we see. Oh my God, 1111, it's happening again. It's on the microwave. Oh my God, it's in the car. Whoa, what's this mean? I'm going to Google it. And then, it's just like so funny. And we're at that point right now that we can smile at in hindsight. Oh my God.
Steve's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. I think there's two birthday girls here. Uh, you're gonna have to forgive me, but I can't pronounce one of the ladies' names. There was a lady here that's birthday. Aru, I can't pronounce it. I'm so sorry. But happy birthday to the birthday queens here today. 1111 is a beautiful reset.
There she is.
There she is.
Aranima?
Hi,
Happy
it's
birthday.
Give me.
you. I'm so flattered to be here. Thank you for doing this.
Happy birthday. I hope you have a beautiful day.
One.
Thank you.
What a blessing.
We'll all send you balloons and love bombs.
Oh, I love that. All the hearts going there. That's so good.
So the cycle is really pure and the soil is really fertile for our new beginnings. So it's very exciting. I feel very happy and excited for all of us because I know we've been all slogging it out. It's been an interesting few years, that's for sure. So the codes are to be felt and experienced in a higher octave. So probably not the right time over the next 3 days to be feeling emotions and going deep into our healing. Try to stay with your frequency in a higher excitement energy to be higher on the octave level in terms of a radio station, so those codes can really land and fit into your soul and your energy field. So try to avoid searching for things in your tank that are distortion. Try to focus on the good because your neural pathways are listening. It's an opportunity for your neural pathways to reset and rewire at this time. So it's all in our head. If we just choose a pivotal direction to change from the stinky thinking to the brand new octave or radio station, we're going to tune into positive FM only. And I'm not going to let my ego boss me around. I'm going to boss him around or her around and tell the ego to get out of the way because the ego doesn't want change. It wants to stay the same. Come on over here, have a bag of lollies, have a bag of chips. You don't need to go for that walk in the afternoon. No, you don't need to ground. Have a can of Coke instead of a glass of water. The ego is so swift. So don't be fooled by the ego. Get bossy with your ego. Your ego is your amigo. We love that little line, but it's not in charge. You're in charge. You're the light bearer. You're the warrior. The ego is just the shadow. It's just the little fool in the back seat of the car, the joker trying to get your attention to not change so it can have control. So rewire, refire in a positive FM radio station from this day forward because the wind is in our sail. These energies are taking us to higher octaves.
And this beautiful reset, it's like literally November started and things started coming in. So for myself, Francisco, going to be in November, in Miami in January. and I'll be speaking at the Miami Conference Center. I'm going to be the MC for the event there with Robert Edward Grant and Dr. Ed, and a whole lot of things to do with health transformation. And I'm looking forward to getting out there more. Like one of the starts and the energy, the gentle push was get yourself out there more, travel around more. And start of November as well, we got the final confirmation for our trip to Uluru. So this is the first retreat that Roxy and I are going to be hosting. It's going to be in Uluru. So we're going to the solar plexus of Mother Earth. And I've never been, and I'm excited to go. Roxy has been, and she has checked it out. So anyone on this call who is interested, get in quick because we're going to take a group of absolute legends, I'm sure. I know Shana's already like, grab me a seat. Charlotte was keen. There's already a whole lot of people going, let me know, let me know. Well, it's all come through and I'm giving it a little peak flavor, right? I want bush tucker. I want swim in water holes. I want to do a CE5 and see if we can call in some ships, right? And we'll be cruising around on a big Priscilla Queen of the Desert type coach bus, going from location to location. And yeah, look, it's in Australian dollars too. So if you've never been to Australia before, you could fly into Sydney, have a couple of nights and see the Opera House and the bridge and go to Bondi Beach and be a tourist and then meet us out at, I don't even know where you land. Where do you land? Alice Springs, right? And away we'll go. We'll go on that week-long adventure. So if that sounds good, that's coming up in which month?
In May 2026, so plenty of time. We just need a deposit if you're really keen, and then the full payment, closer to the time. I put the link in the chat for anyone that wants to see and learn more about what's involved in that. But it's going to be a super special trip, connecting with the land, back to basics. We're sleeping in swags. There's no air conditioning. There's no fancy hotel room, but we've got a very special program: breath work, cacao, meditation. We're going to serve rape, and this is a ceremonial tobacco that we serve before ayahuasca. Now, there is no plant medicine on this retreat, so you'll be dodging the plant medicine. You know that we love plant medicine, but there is no plant medicine. The medicine is the land. There's a lot of activations from the ancestors out there, the portals, and just being in that silence in the country, in the desert. And so if you feel called, that's available to apply, and we'll send you more details.
So we're going to be doing more things like that where there's opportunities to grow. Of course, we're going to keep our galactic ambassadors meetups like this monthly with you guys. Looking forward to the December one. Well, new cycle for me. Turned 50 in December. So that's going to be the start of a new cycle, I guess. The next 50, hopefully. Let's go for it. The next 50. So yes, looking forward to that one. And you'll be certainly seeing more of us. We've got new exciting things in the works, and we appreciate the messages and the support from each and every one of you. And over the course of course, November and December, we can gear up for when we do our December meeting because it'll be a Christmas party. So if you've got a crazy shirt or funny little pom-poms on your head or the Christmas hat or whatever it may be, get that ready for our Awakening Education and our Galactic Ambassadors Christmas party because we'll be doing that and having some beautiful fun and yeah, wrapping up what's been an amazing year and really then kicking into next year and all the amazing things that it may bring because Three Eye Atlas is getting close. No matter which channel you watch, where you get your information on that, you probably have seen from our YouTube channel that we follow Stefan Burns and we like his approach. It's got the spiritual flavor, but it's also scientific without going into, how would I word it? scaring people. I'll just say it, right? It's about this is what's going on. This is how it's affecting the sun, first of all. Those solar flares have been pulsing. For those of you who have had technology issues, you've had little things going on with your tech. He talks about how that activity from the sun is absolutely influencing it. And also keep an eye out throughout November for any reports of increased earthquake activity, shifts, changes, things of that nature, because these, let's call them solar events, these larger events than us, if they are affecting planet Earth, this makes sense. If there's going to be increased earthquake activity, if it's affecting telecommunications, doesn't it kind of half make sense that it might affect us as well? If we're energetic beings, like it stands to reason that this could be something that's an amazing aid or tool if we choose to focus on it like that, that we can use for our benefit to help us to perhaps remember or tap into latent skills, abilities, gifts that are in there within us waiting to come out. And it's like the support of the planets and our solar system being stirred up a little by this beautiful galactic visitor. Let's work with that and help that to be the start of our new cycle.
Hmm. So, in today's meditation, we're going to focus on the good, the clean, the positive on Positive FM's radio station, and set set these things up that we want to achieve in our life. So, we're co-creators. We are more magnificent than we probably even think that we are, and we're building on that, of course. Every day, we're getting better and better and better in installing that we are way showers. You are all here because you're way showers, you're builders, you're creators. And I know that in the light worker community right now, a lot of people are starting to think, okay, how can I build things for the new earth and for humanity? Because the desire to help others and help the world, or maybe you feel that urge to connect with global leaders or people that are in change movements, things like that. If you're not there yet, that is okay. But that is a natural evolution of a soul. It's a graduation of us becoming, the tree. We stand taller, we stand larger, and we then have more leaves on our stems and our sticks, which is the more activity in our life. Whilst the roots are rooting into the earth and they're going deeper and deeper to become more stable. That is a mirror of us in this way. And so remembering that you're a builder and to think boldly about what you want in the 9 years, the next 9 year cycle. You look back at what you've achieved from here and when you first woke up and what a different person you were and what you've achieved, what relationships you've created, what people you've met. Maybe you've moved country. Maybe you've changed dramatically from the people that you used to hang around. So this is all really beautiful. So just sitting in reflection for that and like making it even more extravagant for seeding the manifestations that you want to seed for the next 9 years. Because it's only our belief systems that are holding us in a kind of like a horse with blinkers on state. If we open our horizons, the world is our oyster. We can create whatever we want. So light workers are really being asked to seed and build manifestations for the world, for themselves, for a beautiful life, and for change. And this is not unrealistic to be bold. It's great. Like, stretch yourself. I remember when we were insurance brokers and we joined an Amazon conference, and the main man was talking about selling products on Amazon in the United States. We were like, oh my God, how do we get a product and move it to the US, and the potential of selling it on Amazon in the United States? That just fully stretched our mind. And now I'm like, oh my God, like look how far we've come. We talk to all of you beautiful people globally now. So look how far that has stretched in our consciousness. So we were very small-minded, Australia. My mother and my whole family had never traveled outside of Australia, and they came to our wedding in Bali for the very first overseas trip, and that was a big deal. So my point is, don't underestimate what you can achieve in this 9 years. Stretch yourself, think outside. Like, if you're scared about your manifestation, that's good. If you're nervous, if you're like, whoa, I don't know if that could happen, but I like the possibility of that, wouldn't that be amazing? So, kind of feel into what you can stretch yourself, small goals, personal goals, and realize that you are enough to achieve that. And one of my lessons in life is to set the manifestations, or maybe you're meditating, in the morning, and you're like, you see a vision. You see a vision, and all of a sudden you see, oh, I'm going to be opening a sound bath studio, and there's going to be 10 of them across the world. Oh my God, what a beautiful download. Okay, my mental mind, my analytical brain gets to work the very next day, searching up all of the studios, rents, and all of this. And your higher self is like, whoa, cowgirl, you got to slow down. That was a seed being planted, a possibility of a reality in the future. It could be next week, yes. It could be next year. It could be in 5 years. And I learned this early on. When we went to do the ayahuasca for the first time, I got shown all of the next 5 years. And so I thought immediately that it was going to happen in the next 12 months. Well, I was a little bit disappointed because it didn't. But we did grow, but it wasn't as what I saw. It was all the documentaries and all the stuff that we've been doing. So this is year one of the awakening. So my advice to us in this, and when we see a vision, maybe just wait for the creator, the energy, to intercept that vision, so you're not heavy lifting and working hard with your force and your will. Let the divine do the heavy lifting, and for it to flow in naturally into your vortex. Yes, we have to take action and follow our highest excitement until we cannot do any more. If you're getting blocks on your manifestation, immediately stop. It's not time. It's not ripe. It's not a no, it's a not yet, right? So the ego mind likes to attach to manifestations and be like, oh my God, I'm going to be doing this and this and this. It's going to be amazing. But I expect it tomorrow. So let the universe weave its magic. You're all used to instant manifestation. That's why we're all so impatient, right? We're all like, we want it now. Change my life now. But the point of the unraveling of these manifestations and why it takes time is so we get to experience the beauty of the unraveling. And we often always chase the shiny object, but not enjoy the journey to it. So we need to remember this. This is very valuable information, because we're kind of sitting there going, make it happen tomorrow, make it happen. And why isn't it happening? And then we get ourselves in a big fluff and frustration. And so that right there, we're learning, okay, the ego wants that because it's attaching to an outcome. So we need to set, forget, hands off, and almost like a balloon. Let the balloon package of the balloons create the balloons, create the strings, create the beautiful set of balloons, but let it drift up into the universe and wave bye. See you soon, whenever you come. And release any tension or restriction that you're holding on to that manifestation that you've created. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. It's unfortunately something that I've learned a lot over the last 5 years.
The theme of my recent ayahuasca journeys was trust. And certainly what I would add to that for Roxy is, if something isn't coming and you get the feeling, I wonder if this is teaching me to trust. I asked myself, well, do I have an issue with trust? Like, if things just came instantly versus if I had to wait and observe what state I went into while I am waiting, whether I, quote, keep the faith, whether I realize, well, the universe must be still aligning things. Do I still stay positive in the trust? Or do I go to the trust and all this shit doesn't work anymore and blah, 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 and it's not coming when I want it to? And do I go to doubt and fear and negativity? And I realize, well, I may have a tendency to do that. So then the issue is trust. It's not coming right now because you're learning the lesson of trust. Because if it came too quick, I wouldn't get the lesson of trust. And trust's a hard one, right? It's the sting because, right, your solar plexus, that goer part of you wants to go, well, I'll find a way around it. There's an obstacle, I'll crush the obstacles, nothing will stop me, blah, 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 blah. There is that aspect of it too. And we all need to do the inner inquiry and go, could this be helping me with trust? I have an issue with that. And if you are truthful, you often get the answer, right? Is this for me about patience? Is this lesson here for me about forgiveness? And often when you just, as soon as you ask the question, you get the answer and remember, because we're down here in Earth School and we're learning different things. And then in some other area, things will all of a sudden start to flow so beautifully. And people you haven't seen for so long and you'd love to connect, they just come back into your life. You bump into them at the shops or at an airport or whatever it may be. Like, oh my goodness, haven't seen you for so long. And there are these beautiful other things you could never expect that come in and reconnect. And then other things take a little longer. So for me, the trust lesson was a beautiful one.
The puppet analogy, Dan's puppet.
Oh, I can't remember what you said.
Oh. So Brother Dan was over on the weekend and he gave this amazing analogy that I was just like, oh my God, this is awesome. I'm going to share with all of you because it was good. And he was like, every time we're trying to force or make a manifestation to come into our life quicker or sooner because we're all impatient and don't trust, the higher self in the other dimension, the higher mind, the oversoul family, all of your guides, setting everything up divinely for that manifestation to come later. It's like we're a puppet on a string, right? And all we need to do is be moved by our higher self and our higher mind. But we think we're in charge down here, and that's false. We are, yes, sovereign beings and we have free will and all the rest of it, but we're working in conjunction with such a bigger part of ourself. And so it was funny because he's like, so every time you mess up, the whole team and you don't listen to the message, it could be just a little brief little feeling or message or pointed, act here, do that. It's very subtle, these messages. And every time we mess it up and we don't listen, the whole team upstairs have to, redo the stop sign, do this, put this in the path and recalculate everything, reroute everything like a GPS. And I thought it was a really good analogy to share with you all because it's so true. There is so much more happening that we have so much guidance and a team beyond this reality of perception helping us. So it's very important that we just sit in meditation daily, twice a day, and ask, is there any messages for me today? From the higher self, from the higher mind, from your oversoul family or the oversoul guide representatives.
And you listen to those strong feelings. So if you get a strong feeling to send an email, to reach out to a person, to drive home a different road than you might normally drive home, or stop at a grocery store that you never may normally stop at. This is strange that I'm just feeling this move in. You never know whether it's your higher mind moving it all because you might be seeing a magazine which has a piece of information which is an answer to your question, or you cross paths with a person you may never have seen if you hadn't have gone that different path or stopped at that different store. You get the idea. And what Dan was saying is if you don't listen to those feelings, those intuitions, that guidance, your team's like, oh, all right, back to the board. What can we do? We'll move this here. I'll try and give them the feeling to go there and da-da-da-da-da. And sometimes if we're too in our mind and we're too in our will and our force, we miss the messages.
Yeah. So be the puppet on the string, not the director, but the puppet on the string is the story. So we're going to drop down into meditation now. We'll do a guided meditation. So feel free to turn off your camera and find a quiet space that you can do some beautiful work on the field. We're going to have a beautiful journey together, setting up our manifestations for the next 9 years. Amazing. Setting some bold and extravagant, opulent frequencies in our field so they can manifest, create, crystallize in the quantum, and then come down when they're ready into our dimensional space. Okay, so closing down the eyes and breathing in the nose, bringing the oxygen all the way down to the lower belly and releasing out of the mouth, letting go. And again, a nice deep breath in through the nose, slowly connecting to your body consciousness and letting go. And last time, a nice deep breath to connect to your body. In through the nose and letting go. And just returning to your natural resting breath for this transmission, feeling your system now a little bit lighter. And scanning over, acknowledging your body, this precious body that you hold, this vehicle that holds all the codes, the emotions. So scanning down firstly over your head, your forehead, down over your beautiful eyebrows and sparkly eyes, down through your cheeks and your nose, acknowledging this part of your body, smiling, and feeling the mouth and the jaw now surrendering and relaxing. And down through the throat chakra and into the beautiful shoulders, these brave and courageous shoulders that are dealing with a lot down here, ready to let go and rebirth itself into a higher frequency. Feeling any tension releasing and moving your awareness now down into your heart. And seeing a beautiful picture in your heart now. Maybe a picture that represents you, a symbol, a metaphor. Maybe it's a big pink love heart. Maybe it's an emerald green crystal, a diamond. Maybe it's a flower. Just observing and connecting to your heart and feeling the vibration of you, the love frequency of yourself. And give yourself some praise and accolades, building up a nice relationship with acknowledging yourself, something that we rarely do. We often are giving so much to other people, compliments. And this moment is for you to surrender to loving yourself even more. Picking out 3 qualities that you love about yourself, that you've learnt over the last 9-year cycle. Maybe it's letting go of the judgments of others. Maybe you've installed that quality into your vortex, into your being. Maybe it's letting go of judgment of yourself, your self-image, maybe letting go and accepting what you are in this beautiful, unique body. Maybe it's an emotion that you've grown out of, fear, scared, anxiety, worry, sadness. Smiling at these beautiful qualities and almost seeing them like a snake skin drift away from your field, moving it out And seeing it with your mind's eye, transmuting these old energy patterns and density. Feeling it come off the back of your hips, perhaps, or the back shoulders, maybe dropping back into the earth to be transmuted by Mother Gaia. And seeing yourself as a brand new baby, fresh out of the cosmic womb, precious, at peace. And see yourself lying in a nest or a bed, dropping into your body even more deeply in a newborn connection, this feeling of brand new energy, a brand new start. And we're going to just visualize a golden bubble around our field, as big as the room that you're in. Seeing this expand beyond your newborn baby self. Seeing this golden bubble expand, cleaning up the field that you're in, knowing that it will be a safe vortex that you will reside in the forthcoming 9-year cycle, to make it nice and strong, soft, sweet, flowing. And now calling in your higher self to this vortex, calling in your guides. They could be past loved ones. Setting the intention to connect to your guides, for them to come in. Maybe they're star family, Palladians. Maybe they're the Lyrans. Asking them to come in for the highest and the greatest good of you, to help amplify your planting and your seeding meditation. And we call upon Source to guide us, to build, create, and co-create the blessings of our future timelines and realities. We also call through the planet, Pachamama, the strong mama that holds us every single day, calling her in, feeling her warmth, feeling the security beneath our feet, holding us, loving us, nurturing us. And asking today, setting the intention for assistance, for love, joy, passion, excitement, for our co-creation for the next 9-year cycle. We can also ask for the grace of ease or easy life, the rewards of the fruits that we plant here to come easy to us, to expand our consciousness and make this experience a fun learning experience. Knowing that you've graduated a lot of the hard work, clearing, excavating that concrete pillar into a beautiful crystalline vase of water. So seeing your guides, feeling the energy, the support of the galactic, the ascended masters, maybe your past loved ones around you, feeling them in your field for a moment. Feeling any energy around you that could be it. Maybe some of us are seeing it. And seeing if there's any messages firstly for us, any guidance for this process of planting the new seeds. Listening to our ancestors, listening to our higher self, not our ego mind. Just sitting in this for a moment, if there's any messages or pictures or metaphors that we can decipher now or later from our guides that love you dearly. A lot of us have many guides, some more main guides than others. Some of us could be connecting to our oversoul representatives, seeing how beautifully you're supported in every way behind the veil, and tuning in and just saying thank you for being here and thank you for the support. Feeling any body sensations, these are signs of our guides around us. And if you received a message and then you overthink that message, just receive the message because it's the pure message for you to receive. It's not your mind. Trust your higher self is giving you the information that you need. Don't second guess yourself. Okay, so now taking a nice deep breath in and clearing the field of your vessel. We're now going to see our sacral chakra, the womb, the energetic portal. We're going to use this today, the orange chakra in our lower abdomen. This is the area that our beautiful babies are created, our manifestations are created, relationships are formed. This is the element of the waters, and with water comes growth, fertility. So we're going to use the energetic portal. For the men, you have an energetic sacral portal. You don't miss out on creating material items either. Very powerful portal. So we're going to start to feel into some things that we'd like for ourselves for the next 9 years. And you can visualize some seeds, maybe some sunflower seeds, or maybe you could plant corn seeds. Corn in Indigenous cultures are blessings and abundance. They shower ceremonies with corn seeds because of the meaning behind it, because it is feeding the communities. You can also use gold coins. Creating a seed and start to plant in your energetic portal. You want to visualize, you want to feel what that feels like and multiply that feeling, amplify the feeling of what you're planting. Try your best to feel and see and feel the emotion. Maybe play a role play, a movie of what that could look like, that particular outcome as you're planting the seed. This is going to be something personally, maybe personal growth, maybe your relationship, maybe your family, something personal in your immediate home. Maybe it's a vibration of peace or feeling relaxed. Maybe feeling more feminine, softer, gentler, happy, joyful. These are all experiences that we don't run into the vibration of much, but is available to us on the higher end of the spectrum. So feeling this, seeing yourself in joy, maybe it's dancing around the kitchen with a mop, singing. See yourself in joy, if that's what you're planting. I'll leave you for a moment to do this. And now moving to the idea of planning something material in your life. Maybe not a vibration or feeling, but an experience of the feeling of building a house or creating a business or being of service in some form. Perhaps it's a bit more material, like losing and getting into shape. Maybe it's a car that you want to materialize. Setting this and crystallizing these seeds in the quantum field, letting the magic and the curation of the energy create the cake mix for this manifestation that you're setting up for yourself. Try to think beyond what you would normally think, knowing that you are much more powerful than you know. And in this 9 years, time will speed up and more abundance and blessings and manifestations of experiences will come to you a lot easier than the healing phase. So using your corn or your golden coins, planting the seed, visualizing some beautiful soil going over this, watering it with your love, visualizing it, seeing a role play, something like this or better is the way to keep it open. I'll leave you for a moment to manifest and plant the seeds for the 9-year cycle ahead. And now we might want to move if you feel like you've set up some incredible creation and buildings for that part of your life, moving to maybe some travel. Where do you want to go on this beautiful planet? You came here to explore and experience. Maybe you one day would have loved to go to Egypt or the Maldives, maybe to Africa on an African tour in the jungle, maybe to Peru. It's all available to you if we stretch our mind. You are capable of so much more. So choose your favorite corners of the world and see yourself getting on the plane, happy and joy, with ease of abundance and wealth. Perhaps you're going there and doing an activation on behalf of the divine. Maybe you're running a retreat there. You don't need to find out those details. The divine will organize the organizing principle. All you need to see yourself is enjoying the process, moving your way across to these places with ease and grace, and the potential that it's possible. Go ahead now and see yourself setting up a balanced life of experience upon this planet. Another seed could be planting the seed of relationships in your vortex, being magnetized toward those people who uplift us, power us, support us, love us. Finding your soul family, people that are vibrating on positive FM, the same frequency that get you, that understand you, and have a similar purpose or mission for being here on the planet. Looking for the beautiful connection with people, relationships, maybe a love partnership. Tuning into how this makes you feel as you're planting the seed. Not dialing in the person's face as such, keeping it to something like this or better is the idea. Allowing yourself to see the soil covering over this beautiful relationship, energetic seed, this creation. Trusting that Mother Earth, your energetic sacral portal, will create this in divine timing. And last but not least, planting a seed of your legacy. How do you want your energetic footprint to leave this world? Is there something that you desire for the world, for the planet? Maybe it's creating communities for spirituality and meditation. Maybe it's cleaning up rubbish on a Sunday morning, knowing the place is left cleaner. Maybe it's co-creating with another person on an environmental issue that needs to be created. What is a big idea that is in you to help the world, to help the generations behind us fall into easy? You're the way shower, the light bearer, a powerful soul. Plant the seed. Oh, Plant the seed that your heart calls to here to make change in a little way or a small way that you'd like to see left as a legacy. So planting this seed, knowing that this energetic thought field is probably thought by someone else as well. With our powers combined, we can create great change. And so now we're going to copy and paste this beautiful energetic portal, this template in our mind's eye. We're going to copy, duplicate. We're going to take a copy and place it into the earth, into Mother Gaia. So we have the seeds in our energetic portal, our sacral portal where we create from. And then we're going to put it into Mother Earth's energetic portal where she creates from. So go ahead now and find a place on the earth that this soil can receive this paste, this template of what you've just created and be amplified by the earth in the grids beneath us. Digging a beautiful hole in beautiful soil or sand or under the waters of the sea, maybe on the top of a mountain. Choosing a desired place where you feel called to take this disc of energy, this beautiful seedlings of desire and manifestation that you've created, and placing them into the earth, covering it up with the soil or the sand or the waters, and saying one last prayer to it. Please receive these seeds, Mother Gaia, for the highest and the greatest good of humanity and the earth, our solar system, the universe, and amplify in divine timing, co-create with me. I trust you, I love you, and I'm grateful for you. Take a nice deep breath, release, and allow the visions to dissolve. Like the balloons, allow them to float up into the sky, letting go of these manifestations, allowing and trusting the universe will curate these powerful, potent seeds, and create little seedlings in 6 months' time, 1 year time, 5 years' time. Maybe it'll come as a surprise when we're least expecting it. So fall in love with the spontaneous way these energies work. It is a fun journey. So now just thank your higher self for guiding you, for orchestrating all of this, our guides, the divine, the earth, thanking all parts of this. Coming back into our body, seeing your higher self gliding back all the way down into the cellular structure of the physical body through our crown, our neck, our shoulders, our torso, our legs, and feel this beautiful light body coming back in and sitting back into the physical vessel. And if you're finding yourself a little bit floaty, you can see a golden cord from your tailbone all the way down through the layers of the earth into Pachamama, and anchoring into her core, wrapping it around anti-clockwise 3 times, visualizing and feeling this connection back into this realm. 1, 2, 3. Take a nice deep breath to bring the oxygen back into the vessel. Releasing, wriggling your toes, your fingers, putting a gentle smile on your face for all the beautiful work that you've done today.